Imagine getting lost here. Yeah, somewhere there, below the canopy of the largest rainforest on Earth. This is the Amazon, and over the next few days, I will be learning how not to get lost out here. My teachers are the Métis, an indigenous people who have mastered the art of navigating this treacherous terrain without maps or modern technology. I want them to teach me some of their incredible wayfinding skills to see if I too could find my way in a jungle full of deadly creatures.
Really hope we're going in the right direction.
But as it turns out, there's a lot more to this experience than I had signed up for.
That is absolutely terrifying.
This might just be my most misguided challenge to date. I'm Ava Zubek, and I'm an adventure filmmaker and YouTuber. My mission is to show you the powerful potential hardwired into the human DNA and help you unleash it for a healthier, happier, and wilder life. This is Superskilled. I'm in Latia, Colombia, a frontier town along the Amazon River, and my first stop on the way to the rainforest.
¿Cuánto cuesta? 5.
Latia is a busy, loud, and chaotic place. Not exactly what you'd expect from a remote outpost in the Amazon. It was here that I was supposed to meet Dan, our producer, and start heading deeper into the rainforest.
Hey, Dan!
Eva, come here.
How's it going?
Welcome to the Amazon.
Thank you. I feel like we're getting the real experience out here.
The pandemonium of the market continued at the dock. But I boarded the boat and we were on our way. Well, kind of. It was gridlock.
Honestly, I never thought I would see a traffic jam on the Amazon River. But here we are.
We were bumper to bumper on the second longest river in the world. But the length of the river makes no difference if there isn't much depth to go with it. It was dry season and the water levels were very low at this spot,
Traffic jam.
creating a gap too narrow for the boats traveling in both directions.
What is happening?
After some maneuvering by our captain, and with a little help from Dan, we made it past the bottleneck.
Freedom!
And just like that, we found ourselves on the legendary Amazon River, heading deeper and deeper into the rainforest. We were on our way to meet the Métis, a tribe that's called this place home for countless generations. When you're this remote, the conditions for survival can be severe. My mission was to find out how the Métis have mastered this extreme environment and learn their techniques for wayfinding in this dense jungle.
So here we are in the Amazon rainforest. This place is so huge, it's so vast, overwhelming. It makes you feel like a tiny little speck of human dust. Wow.
I am leaving behind all the usual distractions. For the next several days, I hope to tune into this completely new environment, mind, body, and soul, so that I can eventually find my way in the wild. After leaving our boats, we walked a few minutes into the forest and linked up with Ivan.
Meu nome é Eva.
Ivan is a Métis elder and my main teacher for the next few days.
Is that where we're going? Let's go. Okay, I think he's saying we're gonna go over to eat something, and I guess that's where we'll meet everybody else.
On the way to the camp, Ivan shared a warning about the jungle.
Okay?
He's not wrong to point it out. The Amazon is full of things that can kill you, from tiny insects to jungle cats. And we're very far from any modern medical care. Warning received.
Okay, here we are. Bra.
Everyone at the camp greeted me warmly, though Tuma here was the most eager to chat. Whether I could understand her or not.
Isukuna. Isukuna. I feel like I've been thrown into the deep end. I speak no Matisse apart from 2 words, and I feel like I should be making a full-blown conversation right here. Huh? Singuin.
Everyone's enthusiasm when talking to outsiders is striking when you learn what this community has been through in recent history. The Métis were first contacted by the Brazilian government in 1976, less than 50 years ago. Unfortunately, what happened next was tragedy on a mass scale. Back then, the Métis had no immunity to diseases like the common flu. With first contact came first infections. Within a few short years, the majority of the Métis population had succumbed to sickness. By 1983, fewer than 90 Métis individuals survived. The majority of their population, including most elders, together with their traditional wisdom, was gone. The wounds from this tragedy may not have fully healed, and the traditional way of life was forever changed. Today, the population has recovered for the most part, and many young Métis now move to towns in Brazil where they go to school and get jobs. But some, especially the older generation, are keen to preserve the traditional way of life.
Okay, so.
And one of the ways they do that is by allowing outsiders like myself to learn about their culture and share it with the world. As a first step, Ivan has prepared a concoction for me that he says has profound spiritual significance to his people.
Drink it? ¿Qué es esto?
Tachi.
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 But what does it do?
Toma o corpo, limpa o corpo, doença pega.
I was nervous to drink without knowing much about what exactly it would do to me, but I was here to immerse myself in Métis culture, so I couldn't refuse.
Should I just go for it? Yeah? Okay. Let's do it. Whoo! Wow. Gives you a kick, huh?
It was energizing, a bit like an espresso.
Oh, one more.
The tachik just kept coming. This was my first test.
Oh, one more.
They weren't gonna let me off the hook with just 2 cups.
This is my 3rd one.
Or 3, for that matter.
4th. This is the 4th one.
After filling up on tachik, things escalated really quickly.
I'm taking off my top. Oh, there's the microphone.
Kasia here officially welcomed me to the camp with my own set of handmade beads
Thank you very much.
and painted my face with the red dye of the uricum fruit.
Kasia, we've only known each other for 20 minutes. How do I look? Brakimo! Brakimo! Wow.
As Kasia was wrapping up, my tattoos caught Ivan's eye.
Yes, tattoo. Tatuage. Tattoo.
Tattoos have deep meaning to the Métis, and the traditional ones on their faces and bodies represent milestones achieved in their lives.
Beautiful.
Feeling thoroughly welcomed, it was time to set up camp and prepare to get some rest. Because over the next few days, I'd be learning from the Métis how to navigate the rainforest without using modern tech, which would hopefully prepare me for the challenge of being left alone in the jungle. Welcome to my humble abode. This here is my hammock that I'll be spending the next few nights in. It's got a big mosquito net all around it just to protect me from the creepy crawlies that call this place home, including snakes and spiders and jaguars and venomous frogs. Actually, I don't know if that's a thing, but it feels like it's probably a thing. Anyhow, I'm excited about tomorrow, so hopefully I can get a few hours of sleep, even though it's pretty loud out here in the rainforest, but I feel like this is gonna be pretty relaxing. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow for a really big day. Good night.
Today, we're actually going to head out into the rainforest and try and make sense of this environment. But before we head out, apparently there's a couple of rituals that I need to go through. that will supposedly make me stronger, more confident out here. At least that's what the Matisse told me. So I'm a little bit nervous, not really sure what to expect, but I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I didn't know much about the plan, but I did know that the first ritual required a special plant called Bechete. So we headed into the forest to find it.
Juan, Juan.
As we walked, I noticed that, to my untrained eyes, everything looked the same.
Which way? That way or that way? That way?
I definitely wasn't ready to get lost in the jungle.
I think I'm in good hands out here.
I stayed close to my guides, and soon they found what we were looking for.
Okay, I think we've got our plant. This is it. Bushite.
Damakasi pulled the tree from the root in one big yank. And together, we pulled a few more.
Damn it, girl.
With the ingredients harvested, we headed back to the camp. Tuma put me to work right away. My first task was to wash the root and scrub it clean. From there, Ivan took over, scraping off the outer layer of the root in a pile, but also, he wasn't just talking to himself as he worked. His words were ceremonial.
So as you prepare the plant, you're supposed to imitate the sounds of some of the fastest animals in the rainforest, say their names, to kind of channel their speed and their power into your own spirit. That's what we're doing. Pinukwanak. Pinukwanak. Kukukwanak.
I honestly thought we were making some kind of tea, so what Ivan told me next came as a bit of a shock. First of all, Bechete is not something you drink. You put it in your eyes. The Matisse believe that it heightens your eyesight and other senses and helps you become a better hunter and navigator. It seems like scientists agree, at least to some extent. Bechete is a powerful stimulant. It also apparently stings like crazy. They were rubbing their thighs to give them the speed of the bird's wings and the deer's legs. The whole ritual was so intense that I found it hard to witness without getting anxious.
I signed up to do this. I had no idea that this is what would happen.
And then it was my turn.
Honestly, I'm not sure about this anymore. It looks really painful. Everybody who's had it done seems to be in the world of pain. Temporary pain, I'm sure, but this seems like really, really potent stuff. Okay, this is it. Let's do it.
The second the drops hit my eyes, it was instant pain. And I understood every response I had witnessed just minutes earlier. I rubbed my thighs like the Matisse did. And I tried to get rid of the taste of the Bechete that runs down from the eyes through the sinuses to your throat. But through the pain, I couldn't forget the most important part of this ritual.
Oh my God, this hurts.
Invoking the power of the jungle animals.
Where my superpowers at? Come on. Oh man, this better be worth it.
For a few minutes, my senses were heightened.
Oh my god. Oh.
Colors were brighter, and I felt like I could hear the sounds of the forest more clearly. Becete is a stimulant, after all, and I understood why the Matisse felt it was worth suffering through to get an extra edge in the forest. Unfortunately, those intense feelings started fading quickly.
Come on, Jack, you are.
They wore off after a few minutes. But what was hopefully more permanent was the feeling that I had earned a bit of respect from the Matisse. And that we were bonding through this excruciating pain.
Okay, I think I'm getting there. How do I look? These guys are tough.
I could have really used more time to recover after, well, one of the most painful experiences of my entire life. But the Matisse had other ideas.
That is absolutely terrifying. I'm not one to scare easily, but... No idea what's happening.
We had already moved on to the next ritual to prepare me for my challenge in the Amazon. This man is dressed up as the supernatural being called Marivin. The Matisse believe that this forest spirit plays a very important role beyond just scaring the hell out of you. This is a significant ceremony for the Matisse. And Marivin's role is to discipline them and force them to face their fears, which in turn prepares the Matisse for life in this dangerous and oftentimes scary terrain.
Is she okay?
The whipping is all part of the process.
It's almost worse going in there, knowing that this is gonna happen. Oh my god, it's me? Oh my god, no! I don't know if I can do this. Oh my god, this is absolutely terrifying. Please do it. Please already do it. Oh no, I can't pay attention. I don't know if I should be doing this. This sounds like a terrible idea. I think I'm good. No, I think I'm good.
After I took my lashings, it felt like my challenge had already started in a way.
Did I pass the test?
I was being tested and prepared before I could go out into the Amazon like the Matisse.
It might seem a little bit gory and it might seem a little bit wild to be doing these things, but I really believe in the power of facing your own fears and facing discomfort head on, going into places that feel difficult and tough and new and even painful, but you end up being in those places and feeling those things and confronting all of your worst fears. And once you've done that, you know that you can handle anything. I think just having that confidence, that awareness inside of you helps you get through all kinds of challenges, not just being out here, but in life.
My first set of tests were just a warm-up. And after enduring them, we walked into the forest to prepare for my big challenge tomorrow. To navigate my way back to camp on my own. The Matisse were about to teach me how they find their way through this treacherous environment without using modern tech. Hopefully, I'd remember their lessons.
You know, the second I lose sight of the Matisse, I'm immediately I feel engulfed by the rainforest. It's so dense, so thick, that, you know, everywhere you look, it's just more trees and plants and greenery, and honestly, I'm feeling, a little lost, I guess. So let's catch up with them.
When the Matisse head out into the forest, they use a series of techniques based on their senses to set a path they can follow back home. The first is vision. As they go, they break branches along the way to mark the trail with visual cues, like dropping breadcrumbs. but greener.
So these are like signposts or markers of the way. So you break them so you can see where you're going, right? And then you know which way to come back.
This method seems pretty simple, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's easy to follow.
In order to follow a trail that's been marked, you really have to pay attention. So you really have to be, super observant of your surroundings, making sure that you're noticing these tiny little changes in the environment. So, your brain is always working. This is an amazing brain exercise, an amazing way to train your observation skills.
As I tried to keep a close eye on the cracked branches, Ivan introduced the next sense that I'll be using to navigate the forest: my hearing.
Só não tem escuro, não tem para chegar. Onde é meu povo? Vamos. Nada. Aí responde. Eu também.
You can hit a tree with a heavy stick to create sounds that reverberate through the forest, or call out using your voice. Sound signaling isn't exclusive to the Métis. Indigenous cultures all around the world have been using it as a wayfinding technique for generations. It's also used in modern society.
You can hear the other one responding.
Say, if you're in an emergency situation, you might use a whistle to alert search and rescue to your location. That's an example of sound signaling too.
All right, I guess it's my turn. Aqui? You can hear it, and it's coming from that direction for sure. From there, right? That's genius. This is such a great way to communicate in the rainforest. It's almost like the jungle telephone.
But if you want to be able to actually use sounds to navigate, you really have to switch on your senses and listen. So that's what we did, and Ivan immediately knew which way to head.
Wait for me, Ivan! You're just too fast for me.
The next sense that I would learn to harness for wayfinding was actually a variation on the first, but with a different perspective.
Damn, he is fast.
Out here, climbing trees isn't something you do on a whim.
Wow, bravissimo.
Being a good climber allows you to grab fruit and animals from high up in the canopy, and it also lets you see much farther.
I can't believe that. He is just such an amazing climber. He is the master of the forest. Honestly, I could absolutely not do that. You're telling me I should try it? Absolutely no way.
Well, never say never. Ivan weaved a harness from some vines that would wrap around my feet and help hold them tighter to the tree trunk while I climbed.
Okay.
With a little push from Tuma, I was suddenly on my way up.
Oh my God, it's actually happening. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm in the canopy. This is like the best feeling in the world.
I was definitely not as speedy as Ivan, but still.
This is like the coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life.
It was also incredibly useful to get a top-down view of the forest. With my lessons over, the Métis thought it might be fun to let our hair down a little.
Woohoo!
Jungle style.
I'll be completely honest with you guys. Some things don't have to serve a higher purpose. Some things you just have to do for fun. All right, let's do it. Aye. Oh no, I'm gonna crash into the tree. Hey!
Even our crew decided to have a go.
Whee! Woo!
It had been a long day, so we headed back for dinner. As the sun set, the gravity of this challenge was really sinking in. From the outside looking in, I can see thinking, how hard could it be to find the way back to camp? But tomorrow, my cameraman Josh, and I would be taken out into the Amazon and left in the forest, full of deadly creatures. And if we get lost, we're truly lost, with no easy way to be found. This is risky, and the big question is, will we be able to make it home? This is it. Today is the day that Ivan and the Matisse take me deep into the rainforest for my big navigational challenge. Since I wouldn't be hunting, and because the experience was a bit disorienting for me, we skipped the Bechetté eye drops today. Instead, I was given a care package with bananas, a machete, a fire torch, and a foot harness for climbing trees.
Okay, bra. Hey.
We walked and walked for about 45 minutes into the dense forest.
We are seriously heading deeper and deeper into the forest. Wow. Getting a little bit worried.
As we walked along, Damakasi and Ivan cracked branches to mark the path. When we finally stopped, Ivan asked me to climb up a tree to get a better look at my surroundings before the challenge officially began. I could see that being helpful, so I took off my boots and put on my foot harness like I had practiced the day before.
Okay, got my foot harness on. Let's go. Hit. Let's see if I can get a little bit higher.
It was nice to get the lay of the land from up here.
Oh,
But then,
I think they're leaving. So this is where they leave me, apparently. Okay, they've gone that way. So let me just try and get down this tree and follow them. Oh.
I knew they would eventually leave me alone, but I had to get myself together.
I need to put on my boots, put on my backpack, and then try and find them somewhere there. Okay, I guess the challenge begins. I don't want to be out here too long by myself. Well, actually, I'm not completely alone. I've got Josh with me. If I get lost, you get lost, Josh, right?
Right.
This is for real. We're completely alone and need to find our way back to camp. No camera tricks, no maps, no cheating.
There is no path here, there is no trail, nothing. It's just Josh and I. We can turn around to show them there's no one else here.
The risks? We could get lost, bitten by a snake, injured.
Lost in the Amazon.
I'm having second thoughts, but there's no going back now.
I think I need to take a little moment to just recalibrate. Breathe in and out. The next little while, I'm gonna have to be really, really switched on and just making sure that I'm really observant and aware of the environment, you know, because the guys would have left me markings and tracks of some kind, so I just really hope that we get us back to base camp safely.
All we needed to do was open our eyes and find the trail.
Let's see where the next one is. This way. There's one.
Another in front of you, below.
Yeah, right there. Maybe it does turn right, yeah.
It was all going really well.
So far, so good.
We were following the broken branches and trying not to think too much about what creatures were hiding in the forest.
Here's another one here. Yes. And here.
But then we had a problem.
Hang on.
Where's the last one?
The last trail marker was just down there somewhere. 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 Oh, I'm lost.
We lost track of the broken branch trail. We searched for what felt like an eternity, but could not find a single marker.
This, right? This is a trail marker, I think. They have not made this easy for us, have they?
Every step made us more disoriented.
How do we get there? Let's go back.
And soon, I was getting really worried. What had I gotten myself and Josh into? How would I get us out of here? But trail marking wasn't the only navigation method the Matisse had taught me.
Why don't we try and make some noise? Hopefully we'll get a response back. I just need a piece of wood. Ah, damn it, it just broke. It's falling apart in my hands. Oh.
This wood was not cutting it, so I got creative.
Maybe the GoPro stick. Sorry, GoPro. Okay, I think they were responding from somewhere over there.
We followed the sounds. And then we heard more.
I think that's Ivan just calling out to me right now. Sound is coming from there. I think the guys are trying to help me out because they know that I'm a little bit lost. So they're actually sending me some sound signals. They're just kind of like hooting my way. Which is actually really helpful because it helps me figure out more or less the direction that they're in. And it's there. They're there, for sure.
With some help from the Matisse sound signals, we were soon back on the right track.
Oh, yes! I found a trail marker. Woohoo! Here we go. This is it. Oh my God, this makes me so happy. Whew. I think we are on the right path. Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Yes!
In no time, we were on a roll.
A little trail marker party right here.
What's that?
Oh, yes! Thank you, Josh.
Finally, the never-ending sea of green gave way to a small clearing. I had a feeling I recognized this spot.
Oh, I think this is it. I think I know where we are. Pretty sure that that's base camp over there, so let's just go down this hill and hopefully we'll see everyone. That's camp over there. Come on, let's go. I want to see everyone. Woohoo! Bra!
Ivan seemed pretty relieved to see us make it back safely.
Oh, bra!
As for me, I was so grateful to everyone for everything they'd shared with me.
Bra! Uh-huh. Oh! Oh, it's for me? Oh, thank you! Bra!
I felt more sure now that by putting myself in the Matisse shoes, even just for a few days, we developed a mutual respect. And that made me so proud.
And then I could see the...
And another sign of that respect. A little memento that would stay with me for the rest of my life as a reminder of our time together. Really, it was such an honor.
Oh, that's not so bad. Ooh. Ooh.
For many years following first contact, the Matisse abandoned their traditional tattoos. But the tradition is being revived once again. As I left the rainforest, I saw it clearly. This was about so much more than learning about navigation. The Matisse are so skilled out there because the rainforest is at the core of who they are. It's their home, their identity, their land that feeds them and protects them. They almost lost it once. And with so much illegal logging and mining happening in the Amazon, it's uncertain what the future will bring. I know I'll never be as skilled as the Matisse at navigating the forest, but I do know one thing. In a world of constant notifications, blissful convenience, and concrete jungles, we could all benefit from switching off the tap and tuning into the world around us. There is so much out there for us, but in order to see it, we first need to open our eyes.